Yo, what up, what up? Merry Christmas to everybody. Um, Hope everybody's having a great Merry Christmas. Hope y'all getting the gifts that y'all want. Cause I definitely got what I wanted. And yeah, we about to open this baby up. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Let me flip the camera around. So here's the box right here. Gonna cover that out. Y'all know where we at. Big Texas. Um, get a knife. Yes, sir. Go ahead and open her up. Ooh, it gets me excited inside. In the mix, baby, that's the only way to go. You trying to build power, you trying to, get your shit together. Tired of these Mustangs fucking with y'all like they fucking with me. Go ahead and hit up MMX. Don't need that. Don't need that. All right, so everything in here is basically component. That's what I was looking for right there. Yes, sir. We'll go through all the parts. I just want to get to the main subject real quick. Put that down there. Got your washers and your bolts. So if you're planning on camming your car, just know that everything in this box is just about everything you're gonna need. Like, this is the full kit. This is not just the cam. I have everything to replace all of my stock components. All right, let's get to the cam. There we go. Keep that out too. Got your Lucas oil for when you're putting in everything. You gotta keep it lubed up. There go Big Daddy Cam right there. Isn't she lovely? Look at the lopes on there. Chop City. Specs of the cam. Let's go over that. All right, so when I was looking into cams, I wanted to get something that was gonna, add power, give me that sexy little chop. But I knew that cam wasn't gonna be the only route I wanted to go. So basically what I did was I bought a cam that was going to support my current build, meaning it could go ahead and produce power on its own enough that I'd be substantially faster, but it will also support my mods. So basically, that means that this is a boosted cam. If you're gonna run twin turbos, or if you're gonna run, what's another one? Twin turbo, supercharger, pro charger, and you want to also cam it, you can't go with a regular cam. You got to get a boosted cam. And that's what I did. I got a boosted cam. I just had paper in my hand for the specs. Good Lord, where'd it go? Got some cool little stickers. I'll put those on probably right before I put it on, or put the cam in. But yeah, it's a 281. Here are the specs. It's a 281 boosted cam. 281 is like one of the biggest cams you can put in a street legal car without being too obnoxious. Anything bigger and you're gonna be rocking. When you idle, it's gonna be crazy. It gets crazy. So these are Hold on, focus. There we go. There are my specs. You got the valve adjustment. You got the valve lift. You got the intake exhaust, valve timing, and then specs below it for the cam installed. So you got the duration, you got the lobe lift, and the lobe separation. So we'll go over some parts real quick. Protect your investment. So I guess that's like a warranty if you want to get it. Warranty on the cam. Put my stickers to the side because them going on. Cam back up. Go over some of the components real quick. Hey man, if y'all just tuning in, all my new viewers and stuff, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like I said, this build is coming quick. Once we start building, ain't no stopping. Already got everything mapped out, so parts gonna be coming in. We're pushing this baby to 800 horsepower. She's gonna be cams, long tube headers, Whipple 3-liter supercharger, and then from there, that should put me at high sevens. I'm already on E85 with the ProFlex Commander. If you're not familiar with the ProFlex Commander, ooh, my door's locked. It's basically like running an E85 tune without having to tune your car to do it. So if you're trying to stay stock and you want to get a little extra power, you can do Pedal Commander and a E85 Flex Fuel Commander. Those two things could put you from a Scat Pack. Remember, we're only pushing 485 to the crank. We're pushing only like 428 to the wheel. With those two mods, ProFlex Commander and a Pedal Commander, it'll put you at like maybe 450. That's a substantial gain for someone that's not unlocking their PCM. But once you want to get with the big boys, you know, you're going to have to unlock that PCM and, you know, get down to business. But let's go over some more of the components. So yeah, that was the cam 281 boosted cam. That's going to be paired with my Whipple supercharger. I'm also, not only do I have the biggest engine in Mopar, well, I lied, not the biggest engine. I have the biggest production engine in Mopar. I'm putting the biggest, I'm putting a bigger supercharger on it. So the Whipple 3-liter supercharger is the same one that's on the drag pack. That 200 and I think it's like $220,000 car. The one that's only meant for the drag strip. Yeah, that's the Whipple supercharger I have. So if you think about it, when you put a 3-liter supercharger on a 6.4-liter engine, which is both bigger than the Hellcat, stock for stock, you're gonna be pushing way more than the Hellcat. Come on, box. There we go. All right, so this is my new. Let's see if I can get it out. This goes on the end of my cam. This is my new one. The stock one is probably smaller, and this one is also forged. And if you take some of these pieces off, the locking, I think that's this one, the cam locker, it goes in here, so you can lock the cam in. So if you're trying to mod a Scat Pack, the reason why I'm doing a Scat instead of going all the way up to a Hellcat is because you're saving a little bit of money. You only have to forge one internal because your crank's already forged. All you have to do is add forged drop-in pistons, and your engine can really handle up to like 1,000+ horsepower. Now with that is other supporting mods that go with it. Your axles have to be switched out for forged axles. Your drive shaft has to be upgraded. Your transmission has to be upgraded. I got all that on the way. So I'm gonna build this car to support 1,000 horsepower, but I'm only gonna start with 800. 1,000 is like my max until, I don't know, I get like serious into the drag racing. For right now, you know, me beating a stock Hellcat is an accomplishment to me. So that'll be my first step. So 800 horsepower to the back wheel, not to the crank, will definitely do that. And everybody say, you know, my Mopar is so expensive, but it's so much more fun. You know, it's a lot of parts, but you have fun doing it. You look better doing it. You know, I mean, it might just be me, but I think Mustangs are ugly. I hate Mustangs. Not to mention they have that single, not the axle, but they have the single rear end, which is the reason why they crash so much. You know, I ain't gonna talk too much shit, but you know. So these are more components. These go on in my heads. Got 4 of those. I'm gonna make sure I don't lose no shit. You know, I just want to pull some stuff and I'll show y'all. Put it back. God damn it. Look what y'all made me do. Put that back. These are my bolts. Big ass long bolts to hold everything together. My stock bolts will also be getting replaced with these. Like I said, my nuts and washers, my stock ones for those will also be getting replaced. For those who are wondering, for this boosted cam, it is a little bit more expensive because they have to do a little bit extra stuff to it so that it can support more boost. But everything that you see here, like that. So basically the whole kit. This is if you don't have anything. Like if you go to a shop, the shop might have extra pieces and they can tell you, hey, don't add this to the order, don't add that to the order. But I got everything just in case. And it all came out to $2,500. So everything in this box, 40 pounds worth of shit, $2,500. And it's gonna add, with just this, it's gonna add like 50, 60 horsepower, but it's gonna set me up to be able to run way more boost. So at the end of the day, like I said, I'm building my supporting mods to support 1,000 horsepower. I'm building the car to only run 800. But once I put the Whipple supercharger on it, I can always swap out one of my pulleys, and I can go from 825 to 900 with running a smaller belt and a bigger pulley. So that's why I'm going the supercharger route instead of the twin turbo route. Because once you go twin turbos, you're blowing transmissions, you snapping axles. You know, you might say, okay, I only want to push 800 horsepower with twin turbos. But twin turbos, you don't tell them no. With a supercharger, you set the boost. With twin turbos, you know, you might set your boost, but, you know, if they want to keep going up, they're going to go up. That's why they say, you know, most of the drag cars and people that go to the strip, the 2 things they run to is turbos and nitrous. Turbos and nitrous is like an endless power game. You can spray nitrous the whole race. You can turn twin turbos up and your car will break before those twin turbos break. That's why I'm trying to go the safer route. So I'm gonna build for 200 power, a 200 power gain extra, so I can be in a comfortable median. Think about putting them stickers on now. I like the way them stickers look. Well, I ain't gonna be out here false claiming yet. Lucas on. Put that in there. So yeah, guys, that's what old dear Saint Nick got me for Christmas. My MMX comp cam, boosted cam, and then after this, I'll go ahead and buy. So I recommend buying a separate PCM. That way, if I don't know if shit hits the fan, you don't want to be modded no more, you can slap the stock one back on. Or if something happens to your modded PCM, you can always take your stock one and you can either get that one unlocked or do whatever and then slap that one in. You can do a 1-for-1 swap. I think MMX does a core charge. They'll send you one and then you send yours in and you just pay the extra for what they charge to unlock and modify the PCM they sent you. That's a really cheap way. But I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a whole new one that's unlocked. Um, but like I said, after the cam, gotta do transmission. I already have my torque converter. Just go over here by my parts. This is my 3600 stall. It's been sitting here for about a year now. It's already got oil in it. Bought that from Hector HR Scat. If you're not familiar with him, he has an 11 or 1200 horsepower Scat Pack. I'm basically copying his build, but he's twin turbocharged and I'm going supercharged. I'm not trying to get that crazy power like he does. You know, I just want a little something just to play with these kids out here. But yeah, every time Hector upgrades something, I'm usually right there at the shop asking for the hand-me-downs. You know, so the transmission I'm putting in here is from Hector. He went with a HP 90, a built HP 90 to, I think that supports like 2,000 horsepower. Because he was already over 1,100 at the time, and he took out his built HP 70. So the built HP 70 that can hold 1,067 horsepower is going in here. Like I said, I'm only putting 800 to the wheel, so that should put me, you know, that'll make me very comfortable knowing that I'm built for 1,000, but I'm only pushing 800. I know I can push her all day. That torque converter that came from Hector, he switched to the 1320, and then he upped it again. I forgot which one he put in after that, but he's now running a bigger torque converter that can hold a lot more power than even the 1320. The only thing I wasn't able to catch off him was the drive shaft. He put so he swapped out his stock drive shaft for I think 1,000 horsepower drive shaft, and then he swapped that one out for another upgraded drive shaft. And somebody bought that before I could get to it. But that's another thing. You're gonna have to upgrade your drive shaft as well, front and rear. Axles, I already said I got axles on the way that can hold up to 1,000 horsepower. Injectors are getting replaced. I'm putting 1340s. The fuel rails are, so the supercharger, Whipple supercharger comes with fuel rails and injectors, but I'm gonna go bigger than what the supercharger comes with because I think it comes with 1,200, and I'm putting 1340s in. With bigger injectors and running E85, you're also gonna have to swap out your fuel lines. So I have to buy bigger fuel lines so that I'll have the proper amount of fuel that my car is now demanding for all the power. And the last thing that I'm going to get into, which is I'd probably say is the most expensive and the most tedious thing, is suspension. Like the drag pack's only pushing 600 horsepower, but it has like top of the line suspension, which makes it go down the track so much easier. And that 600 horsepower drag pack can gap 1,000 horsepower cars, and it's mostly because of the suspension. The suspension by itself is like $10,000-$20,000 that they put into the car, so that's definitely going to be the biggest long-term investment. Drag setup, that ain't nothing. Most of the tire shops around here sell drag setups for like $1,300-$1,500, so that's not a big deal. And you know, you got the pavement plan. Hop on that if you need to. Swap out your stock tire for the drags in the summertime. Get a couple runs in. Wintertime come around, slap your stocks back on. But yeah, guys, that's the cam. Probably gonna install the cam once I get the transmission. I already got torque converter. So yeah, I'm gonna do all those at once. I'm trying to do transmission, torque converter, and cam. And then I'll come back and do the top end, or Yeah, the top end, which is the drop-in pistons and the supercharger, and that'll complete the build. Other than the other small stuff like the fuel lines, the axles. Because right now, if I put everything in, I'll be pushing like high sevens. My axles can support that, so the axles can definitely hold off for a while until I start upping it. But yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video, leave me a comment. We got a whole lot more stuff to come. This build is gonna take off very quickly, so make sure that y'all tuning in. My baby right there. So yeah, y'all have like another, I say 3-4 months before my build's complete. So if you miss out, you're gonna have to catch up. But y'all have a good Christmas. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Peace.